Hey everybody, it's Jake from Wild Academy and welcome to day 8 of the Learn PHP tutorial series. And today we're going to be building a hit point counter. So go ahead and open up your PHP file. I'm going to get into this right away. Let's create a variable called HP and we'll just set that equal to 100. The next variable we're going to create is called attempts. Now attempts is going to be a little bit confusing until I fully write out this program, but I'll explain it to you as we go. So we're going to set this random between 0 and 10. What this will do is this will set our attempt amount either between 0 and 10. And now below it we're going to do attacks. So this is how many full attacks that we were able to get on our opponent. And we'll set attacks equal to 0 as well. Below attacks, we're going to do hits, and we're going to do hits at 0 as well. Okay, and below hits, we're going to do misses. So this will be how many times we missed our opponent. And currently, we're going to set that to 0. Now, what we do here is going to be similar to what we did in the last tutorial. We're going to do another while statement. And here what we will do is we will set it to attempts as long as attempts is less than 30. So the total max amount of attempts we could ever have is 30, and that's if our random returns 0. If our attempts returns 0, then that means we're going to be able to attack this person, or sorry, not attack the person, we're going to try and attack the person 30 times. Below this, let's create a hit or miss variable, hit or miss. Hit or miss. That looks kind of funny. Looks like halitosis. Hit, miss, that's what we'll do. Okay. And we will set that equal to random. And we're going to do the 1, 0, or the 0, 1 like we did in the prior episode. Okay. Now below this, what we'll do is we will set our attempts to +1, because now we want to increase every time we go through this. We want to increase the amount. And this is, again, this is similar to the last tutorial we did. So attempts ++. There we go. Below this, what we're going to do is we're going to create, or sorry, we're going to make our attacks ++. So this will be the total amount of attacks that we have. Now below that, that's when we can figure out what we returned on our hit miss. So we're going to do if hit miss. So we got to do our parentheses here. If hit miss. Here we're going to do hits. So if we do land this hit miss, this attack, then we will +1 here. And that'll change our total right up here. Our hits will go up by 1. So hits ++, do our semicolon, and do our curly braces. Below this, we're going to do our else statement. Else, curly brace. We will do a miss here, because if we miss, misses ++. If we miss, then we want to add 1 to that. Now we're going to start returning the data to our user. So let's go ahead and type in HP. Now we need to subtract our hits from our HP. So we do HP equals HP minus hits. Just like that. Next, we're going to echo how many times we were able to attack. You were able to attack, guard braces, attacks times. So real quickly, why this would be different every time we run this program is because we're going to be starting our attempts out at a different number between 0 and 10. So if we come out at 0, then our total attempts is going to be 30 because we're going to start at 0. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because you see our attempts gets plus 1 every time. So if we start at attempts 10, when we first go through this while statement, our attempts is going to be at 11 the very first time we go through it, because it'll already be at 10 here. We do our hit miss, attempts plus 1, and now we're at attempts 11, and attacks plus 1. So attacks is now going to be at 1 while our attempts are now at 11. So we'll only have 19 more times that we can go through this attempt, which means our total attacks is going to be 20. Now if we started at 0, then both would be at 0, so our attempts would be at 1 here the first time we go through, and our attacks would be at 1 here. So that's why we're echoing out how many times we were able to attack to begin with. I think that was perfectly clear. So the next line, let's do echo, and here we're going to create some separation between the other echoes here. So we're going to do P for paragraph here. Just do your P tags. This is just some HTML here. And then we're going to do you hit, and we'll do hits. Blank times, and missed. We'll do misses in here. Mrs. I don't know what the name would be. Mrs. Williams, I guess that would be my wife. Misses times. Okay, and close your paragraph here. Jeez. I said that like I've been asking you to close it for a while. Would you close the paragraph? There we go. Now below this, we're just going to do how much HP we have left. So up here, we could have technically subtracted, but we could have taken this and done it down here, but I wanted to do it up here just for the heck of it. So now let's do echo. We'll bring that to the same, not the same line, but the line below. Your opponent has blank HP. Now remember, you have to type the HP outside of the HP tag because it's not going to return that HP remaining. It's just going to return our number right there. It won't return 100 because we've now subtracted our amount of hits. So let's go ahead and save this. And let's save it as hit counter .php. Now open localhost, hit counter. That / right there. Okay, so syntax error, unexpected rand on line 4. So we come back up here and we're asking why is this unexpected? It's because we forgot the equal sign there. Hit save. I'll bring it back in here. Syntax error unexpected on line 20. So let's check that. And that's because we didn't put one right here. There we go. Curly brace there. Save that. Now let's open this up. Syntax error unexpected echo on line 24. And that's because we forgot our semicolon here. Let's save there. And undefined variable attempts. It's because we forgot our, let's see, our T here. There we go. We're working through this, debugging it. Okay, now we hit enter. Undefined variable attempts. Attempts plus plus. Attempts is equal to rand. on line 9. While attempts, we've got the T here as well. Oh. All right, hit save. You should be going through this as well. Okay, now we're good. You were able to attack 27 times, so we know that our attempts amount was, the starting point was 3. So we were able to go through this 27 times, which means, and the total amount we can ever go through is 30. So we know that our attempts random started out at 3. We hit them 14 times and we missed them 13 times. So that's the total of 27, right? 14 plus 13. And now our opponent has 86 HP remaining because we subtracted the hit amount, which was 14, from 100. So there we go. Everything worked out exactly how we expected it once we got all the debugging done. Sometimes I like to give a book recommendation, but this time I'm actually going to give a tool recommendation. And it's helped me a lot with what I've been doing when I'm learning. And I use it for everything with either my designs or with my programming. I recommend getting like a whiteboard. And if you can't get whiteboard, I'd recommend getting, like if you can't get an easel. And I don't have a specific product to show you in the video because I've been looking some different stuff up and there's a few things that I don't think are 100%. So I'm going to spend a little more time looking for some really good whiteboards that I think would work. Also some cheaper ones because I think that I'm going to try and find some really good priced ones, and I'll put a link to those when I do, so you can check down below for those. But I'll also put a link to whiteboard paint, because if you just have a white wall, what you can do is you can take this whiteboard paint and you can paint over your wall, your white wall, and then you can actually use your dry erase markers right on there, and then it just erases off really easily. So that stuff's really cool if you have that. But I also recommend like an easel type thing that you can just pull up your chair to, and you can adjust the angle of the board as well. And it's really great for if you're doing like game design or website design. It's really good for mapping out and just drawing down, blocking everything out, and just there's so many ways that you'll use a whiteboard, and you'll use it much more than you would like a pad of paper. I don't know why, but with a pad of paper, you feel like you're wasting paper when you're using it, but with a whiteboard, you're writing stuff down, and then it's great, that great feeling you get when you erase something that you've now finished, because you can use it for to-do lists. I use mine for to-do lists. I also use mine for just kind of blocking out the topics that I'm going to be covering. And then when I'm listening to, say, a podcast and somebody calls out some specific kind of website that I should check out, instead of me just going straight to that website, I'll hurry and just turn my chair around to my whiteboard, because I use an easel whiteboard, and I'll just write down the website there, and then I know to go back and check it later. I look up that website, and then I can just erase it. So yeah, as far as productivity goes, whiteboards are great. They'll make your productivity shoot up 150%, I promise. So yeah, I'll put some down below when I find some really good ones and that I recommend and that are priced very well. And I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching Wild Academy. My name is Jake. Peace.